from the Lakeside Newsroom of the Henrico Citizen, your hometown news source since 2001. This is the Henrico News Minute with publisher Tom Lapis.
Is an elected Henrico official planning a run for statewide office? And why some 31,000 COVID-19 test results are just now being reported. We'll have those stories and more on today's Henrico News Minute for Monday, June 15th, 2020. It's brought to you today by the Lakefield Mews Apartments.
And now for the news.
Is Henrico Commonwealth's Attorney Shannon Taylor planning a run for Virginia's Attorney General position? Taylor told the Citizen Friday night that she hasn't made an announcement, but an email sent to potential supporters early Friday evening by David Rook invited donations for such a campaign and was titled Shannon Taylor, Virginia's Next Attorney General. In the email, Rook, who described himself as a good friend of Taylor, encouraged recipients to support her, quote, in her bid to become Virginia's next Attorney General in 2021, end quote. Taylor, a Democrat, has not yet responded to a Friday night request asking for comment about the email. But the email seemed to leave little doubt about her plans. Wrote Rook, quote, I am asking you to join me and please contribute to her campaign now. I strongly believe Shannon's inclusive perspective, criminal justice expertise, and overall vision will greatly benefit all Virginians and our overall quality of life as our next Attorney General, end quote. Taylor's website, shannontaylorva.com, is live, and her Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram accounts all carry that same Shannon Taylor VA name. Virginia's current Attorney General, Mark Herring, is planning to run for governor in 2021. Taylor is in the first year of her third four-year term as Commonwealth's attorney in Henrico after having won re-election for a second time in November. She won a three-way race in 2011, defeating Republican nominee Matt Gary and former Republican delegate Bill Janus, who ran as an independent. Then in 2015, she defeated Republican Tony Pham, and then last November defeated Republican Owen Conway. Henrico County Public Schools officials are making some changes to the system's grab-and-go meals distribution service and mobile technology hubs during what would have been the school system's summer break, which would have started today. Now, the meals distribution service will operate Monday through Thursday from 11 a.m. to noon all summer long, but there are some changes to where you can pick up food. There will be 14 school sites offering meals. They include Brooklyn Middle, Fairfield Middle, Harvey Elementary, Hermitage High School, Highland Springs Elementary, Lakeside Elementary, Longin Elementary, Montrose Elementary, Quioccasin Middle, Ridge Elementary, Sandston Elementary, Varina High School, Ward Elementary, and Wilder Middle. Distribution is open to all students regardless of what school they attend, as well as anyone 18 or younger. Meals may be picked up by students, parents, or guardians, and students do not have to be present. On Thursdays, you can also pick up food for the weekend. Now, the school system will continue to operate its 4 mobile technology hubs, offering laptop repairs and internet access at Deep Run, Freeman, Hermitage, and Highland Springs High Schools. No changes there, but what will change are the hours of availability at each site, which now will be Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. If you have any questions about Henrico's summer schedule, call the HCPS hotline at 501-5655, Monday through Thursday from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. 2 Henrico School Board members will hold a virtual coffee and conversations event tomorrow at 6 p.m. Varina District's Alicia Atkins and Christy Kinsella of the Brooklyn District will appear together on the event to discuss a variety of school-related issues and take questions from other attendees. To learn more or register for the free event, which does require registration, visit henricocitizen.com and look for this story. About 100 or so Freeman High School students and some of their parents and others gathered at the school on Friday for a peaceful protest. The group rallied in support of equality for black students and also in support of changing the school's nickname from Rebels to something unrelated to the Confederacy. You can view photos from the event on henricocitizen.com right now. Well, a backlog of negative COVID-19 test results flooded the Virginia Department of Health's daily dashboard on Friday, retroactively reducing the overall positivity percentages statewide and in Henrico. In total, about 31,500 negative tests that were administered throughout the state during previous weeks are now reflected in the VDH's daily tracking system for the first time. The results are appearing now because the two laboratories that processed them began electronic reporting to VDH last week, according to agency officials. Now, the two labs had been reporting all positive results at the time they were processed, and those results were entered by hand into the agency's system, according to VDH. But the negative results had not been entered, meaning that statewide data showed a higher percentage of infection among those tested than actually was the case. The exact number of backdated negative test results in Henrico is unclear, but VDH data as of June 12th showed that more than 23,300 tests had been administered to county residents. That was an increase of more than 8,000 in just 2 days. Typically between 300 and 400 new tests are reported daily in the county. With the new negatives included, the new number of overall testing encounters in Henrico amounts to a little more than 7% of the county's population. That's up from just about 4.5% in the middle of last week. The new data has altered in a positive way one of the most critical points of analysis about how or if the virus is spreading, and that is the 7-day moving average of positive test results. And although the graph illustrating that average for Henrico since the pandemic began follows relatively the same path it did before the new data was reflected, a peak during the first few weeks followed by a steady decline and then several up and down weeks in May and relative stability in June, the percentages themselves largely have decreased across the board. Henrico's current 7-day positivity rate is down to 8.4% as of June 10th. The state average is 7.6%. You can read more about this topic on henricocitizen.com right now. U.S. Congresswoman Abigail Spanberger, who represents the western portion of Henrico County, last week announced her second round of nominees for her Virginia 07 Heroes program, an initiative designed to highlight the work of Central Virginians who have gone above and beyond to help others during the COVID-19 pandemic. Included among the 6, Tiffany Sherman of Henrico County. She's the owner of a quilting supplies and instruction shop. She kicked it into gear when the outbreak started in Virginia and started to use tools at her disposal to help those in need. She organized a fundraiser to make masks for local healthcare workers, and the project has worked in 2 ways to help frontline workers and provide a source of income for her store workers while they're at home. She also began offering handmade masks for sale through her online store, with proceeds going to make more masks for health workers. So far, her team has made more than 1,000 masks for health workers to date. Today's Henrico News Minute has been brought to you by the Lakefield Muse Apartments and Townhomes. For great carefree living in Richmond, look no further. These Henrico apartments for rent have everything you want in your home: comfort, style, convenience, all with private entrances and an ideal location near I-64 off Laburnum Avenue South. You'll love their renovated 1-, 2-, and 3-bedroom garden-style apartments, or maximize your space in a 2-bedroom townhome. For details, browse www.lakefieldmuseapts.com or call 804-222-7777. That website again, www.lakefieldmuseapts.com.